Pay great attention to what I say to you today, because they originate from a realm incomprehensible to humans. Words spoken from the depths of my soul, brimming with profound significance, affection, and caution. They are not empty rhetoric. My genuine concern for you is the reason I speak to you, not to intentionally confuse or frighten you. This is due to the fact that I am both your father and your creator. I shaped you before to your birth. The number of hairs on your head and the number of tears you have shed are both known to me. I am communicating with you right now because I perceive something that you do not. Also, I want to make sure you're ready for what's to come. Even if you don't feel sick, your health is in jeopardy. These aren't hurtful remarks. I just wanted to wake you up, and I realize that's hard to hear. The devil has been quietly plotting your downfall, hoping for an opportunity to strike when you're least prepared, inflicting fatigue, sickness, and tiredness. While you are in danger, though, I shall not remain silent. As long as my child is in danger, I will not sit idly by. So, I am speaking to you today with a sense of urgency and affection. This threat can be eliminated if you hear my voice clearly, if you follow me wholeheartedly. In fact, he has no idea. You can stay out of trouble if you just follow orders. You have borne tremendous loads for so long, and I know that. Every day and night that you endure is visible to me. I understand what it's like to be alone, to cry quietly, and to be overwhelmed by life. I have seen how you defy all odds, going on non-stop despite your body's warning signals that something is awry. You have come to consider this persistent fatigue and this inexplicable discomfort as par for the course. However, I have sensed the red flags because I am the one who resides inside of you and knows your heart better than you do. There is nothing secret about you that I have not noticed, and I have detected the beginnings of imbalances and vulnerabilities. Who you are, I know better than you do. I can feel your pulse, your blood pressure, and all the other inside processes that you have no idea about. That is why I warned you earlier today. Listen to this person's voice. This is a call that you must not ignore. You are not imagining this or reacting emotionally. This is a warning for the soul, is an esoteric message addressed to your flesh and blood as well as your spirit. What is ahead for you this week is crucial. This isn't your average week. There has been a sea change. At this moment, if you are prepared to listen to my advice, heaven will step in. Yes, I have paved the way for you, ways that culminate in life, decisions that will lead to recovery and safety. Along the way, though, I can also make out the enemy's traps. You might stumble right where I was trying to help you if you aren't attentive and my message isn't taken seriously. Each word I utter has the power to breathe. Every word I am about to say to you is carefully chosen and spoken out of love. I am not one to mince words. The burden of everlasting love is upon my voice. This is all because I intend nothing bad for you when I say, I have chosen you for a purpose that is very remarkable. Also, I will not stand for an avoidable disease interfering with the beginning that is taking place inside of you. My wish for you is that you live not in terror, but in self-awareness. Being self-aware jolts you awake, while fear causes you to freeze. Good morning. I am going to wake you up right now. Return to me with every fiber of your being. I am the one who is calling you. This is not to cause you anxiety, but rather to point you in the direction of my peace. You can find solace, tranquility, and healing in me. However, you need to do as I say. Get away from things that hurt you. You need to give yourself permission to relax, take care of your physical self, and listen to the messages I've been sending you spiritually. Nearby I am. I love you more than words can express, and that is why I am here, talking to you. Your days are predestined to be full of joy and adventure, not cut short by preventable tragedy, as I have portrayed them in my book. Now is the time to focus. This is a serious message. This is not pertinent to me or anything else that's significant. Do not secretly state. You have no idea how much hope it contains or how vital it is. I want to reach you beforehand, it's too late, so I'm speaking to you today with unending patience, not in a hurry. What I say is profound and meaningful. Spirit and vitality are abundant in them. This is the Word of God, the truth, just right, clear enough to dispel uncertainty while still being soothing to the soul. I am not judging you. Rather, I am offering my voice as a shield to defend you from invisible dangers. Peril is not necessarily a deafening roar. On occasion, it creeps in like a whisper. Your routines, or the things you consider typical, could be hiding places. Recently, you sensed these indications, feeling worn out all the time, pain that is transitory, a clouded mind that refuses to part. Plus, you appear to have internalized your fear. My intention in implanting these signals in you was not punishment, but rather a warning. The human body is not a personal property. I gave their ability to you in the hopes that you would pause, reflect, and understand this. Your physical form is a sacred vessel that I fashioned for the express purpose of revealing my essence to the world, radiating my radiance and carrying my light. The light I planted inside of you begins to dim the moment you disregard it, the moment you fail to pay heed to the messages I've embedded in it, and the moment you overextend your body in the pursuit of responsibility, achievement, or autonomy. It's not that I take it away, it's that you obscure its intended channel of expression. Someone is trying to take advantage of that gap in defense after seeing it. A disease is approaching. Yes, I am being quite clear. I am not the one who sent it. No bad things will come out of me. This sickness originates in a world that is in disrepair. The world around you is tainted by sin. It has contaminated the food, air, ideas, and practices that you rely on. In this world, death is cloaked in seeming forms such as achievement, never-ending labor, and pleasure. That is why the devil is trying to sow those seeds, to distract you, to weaken you, and to bury the voice I have given you. A combination of our voices has the ability to dispel night. Following my will for your life makes you a beacon of hope for those around you. You won't get hurt, though. I'll show you the way out before anything bad happens to you. In this sacred time, I am providing you with that escape route. I am offering you a chance to reconnect with me, a chance to relax, and a summons to restore order to your life. Before everything else, settle your emotions. You've been in a mad dash because you're sure the world would crumble if you let up now that you think it's all on you. You have convinced yourself that your value is derived from your actions and the results you get. Your power, however, does not reside in a state of perpetual action. In my calm presence, where I can speak gently to your spirit, you will find true power. To you, being strong means to keep going even when things are tough. However, true power is in being able to rest and recharge when you need to. Regain your composure. Put down the horn and move more slowly. Run with a purpose. That was not why I called you. Join me on this journey. I summoned you. You will be healed in ways you cannot perceive when you find solace in me. Deep within you, healing takes place. Medicines cannot reach areas that are inaccessible to humans. Some things take time to manifest. However, when you submit to me in silence, I begin an assignment in your soul. Some things can't be healed, both mentally and physically. When something wears down, it is I who repair it. When something hurts inside of you, it is I who can fix it. I coordinate your ideas with reality. However, I can't proceed unless you give up. All that pressure you've been under is like a tempest brewing inside of you. An unending tempest, a struggle that has been building up in your subconscious for some time. The ship suffers damage as it travels through a storm. There are other substances that seep in as well. It's the pent-up stress, the anxiety you've been trying to suppress. Today, though, I beg you, allow me to soothe your spirit. No need to raise your voice. I will hear you just fine. Right now, you don't comprehend how close I am. Rest assured, I will stand by your side. Put an end to the tempest in your soul. You can let my speech quiet the storms within you. Get in touch with me before you're in a bad place. Here is your chance. You get to decide. Your body will start to mend once the tempest inside you passes. The healing process will go beyond the physical. A full restoration will be achieved. Your spirit, your emotions, and your mind will all be healed by me. Yes, submission and obedience are what I need from you. Stop procrastinating. Saying, "I'll get to it later," is unnecessary. This week presents an opportunity, a window of time. Your enemy encourages you to brush it off, carry on as usual, and think it will all be okay. Now is the moment to listen to me, though, because I can see the finish line from the start. Some things are telegraphed to you in advance. The sound you are currently hearing is my voice pleading with you to have mercy. Observing your journey has been my mission. Every action you've done is known to me, even the ones you created by yourself. At a time when nobody understood your innermost thoughts and emotions, you have been in my line of sight at all times, regardless of how chaotic your spirit may have been. During those times when you weren't sure of anything and your decisions were driven more by fatigue than by genuine wants. Instead of pointing fingers, I've been patiently at your side, offering you mercy that no one else can match. It seems like you've been carrying a lot more than necessary. You have become accustomed to dealing with strain that is not mine. You've gotten used to ignoring your aches and pains, powering through your fatigue and accepting your disorder as normal. What you've come to refer to as a routine, however, has really been a snare that gradually closes doors within you, reducing your spiritual awareness and making it more difficult for you to discern my messages from anyone else. Messages have been sent to you. I have interrupted your life. Not to annoy you, but to communicate with you. I have let things not work out the way you expected. Even though you knew something wasn't right, you persisted in going ahead anyhow. This kind of strain is something that everyone deals with. It's simply life. You may not be able to perceive it, but this relentless strain is actually weakening you. No one ever intended for you to shoulder the load independently of my direction. Finally, your physical self is revealing the longing your spirit has been harboring. You have observed a change in the sensation of exhaustion. Even a single night's sleep isn't rejuvenating anymore. That you have trouble concentrating. You seem to be in a bad mood for no apparent cause. Your pains are inexplicable. That you can't carry anything heavy unless you understand its purpose. The sensations you're experiencing go beyond the bodily. What you have let into your life and the things you have refused to give up to me are the causes of this. You have created room for things like striving, loudness, excess, and habits that stealthily deplete the energy I implanted in you. You have blocked the path to the rest your spirit requires, to the profound intimacy that permeates your entire being, and to the feeding of your soul. This means absolutely nothing. A word of caution. You still have time, therefore it's not a condemnation, but a chance. Something is trying to get you up front of this. However, I do not want you to stumble. It is my hope that you will succeed. Your purpose has not yet come to a close. If you decide to let go, everything can be fixed at this turning point. In other words, not as a quitter, but as someone who, in letting go of their resistance, enables the Creator to soothe them. Not because I want you to, but because your bad habits are eating away at the love I have for you, and I want you to break free of them. A toll has been taken by the poor diet, the unrelenting pace of their schedule, and the lack of opportunity for respiration in my company. Now your organism is trying to tell you something, and you can't ignore it. The damage will worsen if you do nothing about these warning indicators. But you may alter your trajectory by paying attention to the small voice that is guiding you at this very now. Unbeknownst to you, I have shielded you from harm on innumerable occasions, preventing unfavorable diagnoses and protecting your vital organs from harm. Unfortunately, shielding myself from harm won't cut it this time. On this occasion, I require your internal cooperation. Allow space for what truly counts. I'm counting on you to let go of what doesn't serve you, to avoid what depletes you, and to press on with life despite the challenges you may face. You are more than the sum of your physical parts. We revere this sight, something you have been using excessively, despite its intended purpose of carrying my glory. You are constantly encouraged to compete, perform, produce, and never fail in this world. However, I do not own that voice. What you generate does not determine your value to me. Your actions have only deepened my affection for you. Human effort cannot bring about genuine growth. What is required is a profound union with the everlasting. And when you select a slower, more serene pace, one that is more in harmony with my heart, and release the need to control everything, that connection develops deeper. In the days to come, a brief but tremendous window of opportunity will open, and things that appear tough now will begin to fall into place if you obey. Please be willing. I am not asking for perfection. Although I recognize that you may not fully grasp the situation, I kindly request that you have faith sufficient to alter your course. Even if the disease doesn't physically touch you, it will eventually find a way in through the gaps left by your lack of organization. In this message, I am offering my hand as a protection in anticipation of the storm and its impending impact. Do not sit around and hope for confirmation from outside sources. You already have the truth in your spirit. Believe it or not, this is happening. Your current rate of progress is clearly not sustainable. Something needs to be changed, you know. What you perceive as a weakness now can actually be the seed of strength if you give this call your full attention. Stop procrastinating and get things done today. Put your health, your sanity, and your sense of purpose at risk by putting off surrendering that could save them. You are about to experience the release of pent-up emotions. I don't intend to bring you harm, but you've been ignoring something for far too long. And now it will be revealed. Your spirit and your body are completely honest with you. Both of them have been trying to get your attention for a while now. Indications that you overlooked. Because you were preoccupied with meeting other people's expectations, going about your everyday tasks, and appearing to be all right, like a mask. You've worn all these time to hide the things that really required fixing. However, its secrecy is no longer an option. The inner strength eventually triumphs over the outer strength. At some point, you'll have to stop putting things off and get them done. That time is almost here. Rather than using force, be persistent. Reason being, you've been feeling a deep need for revitalization, fresh air, and genuine relaxation, an area where you can regain your breath, on a spiritual as well as a physical level. Invisible operations have already begun. Regardless of how much longer your body resists, preventing these processes from taking root requires immediate action before their occupation of the spaces set aside for completion. The impending doom cannot be evaded by human intelligence or will alone. It can only undergo an internal transformation. This is not an appeal for cosmetic adjustments. It is a radical change, the abandonment of long-standing practices, a brave act that starts with the realization that one cannot continue in the same manner. It's more about releasing than accomplishing more. Relieving yourself of needless stresses is more important than exerting additional effort. Every choice you make right now, no matter how insignificant, will affect the world forever. Many of these transformations are on the horizon for you. Not in front of other people, but in the subtleties of your everyday decisions, what you eat, what you let into your life, what you value most, and how you spend your time. Many of the circumstances that have been dragging you down didn't start with a major error. Rather, they were the result of a chain reaction of seemingly insignificant choices that have now begun to show their true colors. What you've labeled as a routine or an inevitable aspect of maturing is really a vicious cycle that must be ended. If you put it off, life will eventually break it for you, and it won't be pretty. Let me show you new ways. It can take a while for some of them to make sense. Their reasoning will be questioned. They could appear to be too easy or too complicated. Life, however, is found along these roads. They provide a shield. The miracle you seek is concealed within them, in a subtle, unassuming way that none of them else will notice at first, but which you will experience on a profound emotional level. Paradise found in the midst of a parched landscape, that's how it will seem. A new internal order will emerge, bringing calm where there was turmoil and energy where there was weakness. I will also introduce you to new folks. Some of these people are actually rather near to you, yet you still haven't had a good look at them. Not as rescuers, but as means to an end. I will bring others into your circle of friends now, so that I might bestow something significant onto you. You can't rely on them, but you can take use of their presence to receive what I must communicate to you. Get the hang of spotting them. The initial sensation may be unpleasant for some. Some are going to create. You feel uneasy because they reveal aspects of your personality that you would rather not acknowledge. However, truth will lie behind that unease. Truth may hurt, but it's worth it because it frees you. Now is the moment to reorganize. If you insist on doing what I say, don't be surprised when things change. Things that seemed stable before will shift. There will be changes. All connections eventually cool off. Some habits will become uneasy. This procedure may be difficult for your mind to accept. Life, however, is born with each shift. Each shake will get you ready. Every setback is an opportunity to grow into your full potential by creating something more solid, authentic, and in harmony with your soul's purpose. There will be times in the next few days when you experience a new type of weight. It will be intangible, existing only within you. As if something concealed from inside is rising to the surface, there is a spiritual burden that beyond explanation. When this happens, don't freak out. It is normal to feel that way. Doing so will hinder your recovery process. The fact that anything is being taken away is proven by it. That the burdens of years of suffering, unresolved hurt, and emotional weariness are finally beginning to lift, allowing the wounded to find healing. Reversing your steps is not the point. Rather, it is about freeing yourself from what has been shackling you and moving forward with ease and lightness. There are those who can relate. I am actively assisting you on all levels, whether you perceive it or not, spiritually, physiologically, and emotionally. Your entire being is being restored by me. Everything about you, from your physical form to your thoughts and the habits that have guided your existence, I am dismantling the illusions you have bought into. Here I am demonstrating something you were foolish to bring. Your relationships, health, capacity to relax, and capacity to relish life without worry about the future will all undergo transformations as you give permission for this internal work to take place. What seems like a tremor right now is actually the first step toward a more solid base. A break is really only a stepping stone to something far more substantial. Where I feel weak is actually where my strength starts. Things are unfolding behind the scenes that are influencing what lies ahead. Unseen world transformations have begun. The decisions you make today will have consequences well beyond your immediate health. They will have an effect on your future in ways you don't even know about now. It is not a stretch. This is an eternal fact. This is the moment when your future, which has been meticulously planned for quite some time, will take root. It is not that certain cycles are unpleasant. Rather, they have fulfilled their purpose and must now cease. You will eventually burn out if you stick with them out of habit or resistance to change. Even when the path ahead was unclear, you've shown remarkable bravery and strength, and people have taken note of that. However, maintaining the same speed is no longer sufficient. Raising your level of spiritual consciousness is the goal. It's about breaking out of routines and acting wisely. It's about realizing that certain environments require a change. Continual patterns need to end. Cleansing your surroundings and replacing negative thoughts with positive ones that are in line with what I have want to instill in you are both necessary. Some things just can't stick by your side anymore. They aren't awful people per se, but they shouldn't be a part of your development moving forward. Some friends have supplied distractions without realizing it. Some places have made you less sensitive. You have avoided vital confrontations, rationalized particular actions, and tolerated minor errors, with the goal of maintaining harmony in mind. True serenity does not come at the expense of your inner truth, though this form serves no use, and actually takes more from you than it does to protect you. There is just too much for you to carry. During this period, you must let go of things that do not belong to you, responsibilities that do not align with your authentic purpose, and expectations that others have put on you without consulting me beforehand. You will be weak when you need to be strong if you hold on to things that were never meant for you. This is a purifying process, not a loss, and with it, you will gain clarity. Spiritual clarity, rather than intellectual clarity. The kind that is aware of its proper place, time, purpose, and boundaries, and understands when to speak up and when to step back. You can't buy that kind of insight with hard work and patience. The key is to let go. Then you will know that you are part of something bigger than yourself, something everlasting, and unaffected by the passing of time when it comes. Additionally, there will be pushback. Some things won't be easy to let go of, even though they don't really control you. Some things that should be gone from your life will attempt to cling on because you've given them enough room to become a part of you. Be careful not to conflate habit with fate. Anything that has been a part of your life for a long time is no guarantee that it was destined to remain so. You will discover a liberation you never knew you needed if you have the bravery to let go of what is familiar yet unhealthy. Pay close attention because what I am about to say to you now is not mere human speech. My everlasting heart speaks through these words. Br, imming with wisdom, caution, direction, and profound affection. I am not intentionally trying to throw you off or make you angry. Your love compels me to speak. Why? Since I am your biological father, the one who shaped you in the womb before you came into this world, the one who can identify your hair type and bottle your tears, I can see what you can't. Therefore, I'm telling you this right now, so that wickedness doesn't catch you unawares. I want to put together you for what's to come. It seems like you might get sick soon. These words are not designed to inflict pain, but rather to rouse you from slumber, no matter how frightening they may sound. In the background, an opponent has been scouting for openings and ways in. A slip or an accident can wreak havoc on your health, causing you to feel exhausted, unwell, worn out, and fatigued. However, I shall not sit on my hands while this takes place. When my children are in danger, I will not keep quiet. That is why I am speaking to you today, filled with love and urgency. This catastrophe can be averted if you, with all your being, listen to me. If you tune in to my voice with your spiritual ears, I will tell you, he has doubts. His fate is still up in the air. If you listen to my call and obey, I can transform your life's trajectory. The burden you've been bearing is plain to see. The sleepless nights and relentless days are all too familiar to me. When you're alone and nobody else is around, I've witnessed you cry. I've seen you depend on your own power to get you through it. Even if your body has been sending subtle signals, the item in question isn't right. Exhaustion that wasn't typical has been deemed usual by you. You've given an excuse for your aches and pains, your tense muscles, and your unexplainable fatigue. But I, who dwell within you and am aware of your thoughts before you utter a word, have sensed every indication, every vulnerability, and every disequilibrium that is beginning to manifest. I am well versed in all aspects of your personality. You don't know yourself nearly as well as I do. I perceive the subtle beat of your heart, the circulation of your blood, and the inner workings of your body that you are oblivious to. Don't disregard this voice. That's why I'm warning you. This call must not be silenced. Neither is this an imaginary situation nor an exaggeration. This is a spiritual warning, a word from on high that addresses your physical, mental, and spiritual selves. You have a pivotal week ahead of you. This week stands out from the rest. Do not consider this a mere fleeting moment. We are at a crossroads, a location, where the heavenly hosts desire to step in. But that is if you are willing to walk in submission.
हमारे बीच विक्की शर्मा जी कलाकार इंसान हैं जो कि चिकन को फ्राई करके मटन बना रहे हैं। विक्की शर्मा जी, आप दुकान खोलने वाले हैं? अरे बित्ती बित्ती रे बित्ती, अरे बित्ती बित्ती रे।